Hey there, Jen Patero on Saturday, September the 25th. Hope everybody's having an amazing weekend. I know I certainly am because it was a bit of a crazy week. Get into that in a bit. But today marks the 7-week countdown. So I'm almost at that halfway mark. Where I will be, ready to step on stage for the World Championship with the UFE organization. So getting super excited, but also, it is crunch time. Like, things are starting to get uber real. When I look at my calendar and the dates, yeah, it's getting close. This is going to happen very soon, but super excited. Last night, the girls came over. We had a great chat and we booked their hotel room. They are going to come and support me. I love you all, ladies, for being willing to give up your weekends. And I know a couple of you have hockey tournaments that your kids are supposed to be participating in, and you're going to forgo that to come join me in Toronto for this show. So thank you so much, girls. Love you all and really, really do appreciate your support. Couldn't do it without you. So thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah, so 7 weeks. That's all I've got left. Time's cutting close, getting close here. And I'm realizing that, my fitness is going quite well. In the gym, I still love it. I love my workouts and am really pushing myself. From a nutrition perspective, I'm doing quite well. I was communicating with Robert and he's like, things are looking great. You're looking good. We are just going to, we'll be able to coast into this show. So that's wonderful. And we'll chat a little bit about my macros at the end here. But what I really need to focus on now is my posing. I met with Christy the other day. We did a face-to-face and, I just need to get moving my hips and bringing a little bit more flow into this. And for some reason, that is the biggest struggle for me this go around, is getting my posing in there, making time for posing. Life has gotten so busy. This past week, I had to go away for work, which in a normal world happens pretty regularly for me, but it hasn't happened in such a long time with the pandemic. So I had to go spend 2 days in a hotel, which worked out perfectly fine. I made it all work from a nutrition perspective, prepped all my meals, took it with me, had to ask for special accommodations to make sure I had a microwave and a fridge in my room. But it all worked out. And then I got to the gym. They had a great gym at the hotel, not a big deal. Bit of problematic because you could only go in for an hour and then I had to come back out and recheck myself back in. It was a bit, but you know what? I made it work, not the end of the world. And yeah, so life is busy and I'm not able to get my posing in. That is my least favorite thing to do, probably because it's the thing that I'm the worst at. Don't love to do it, but I really need to make time. So I've committed now to make sure every day I give myself half an hour worth of posing. And to hold myself accountable, I've decided that on my videos, I'm going to do a little bit of weekly posing on there for you. So for today, we're going to kick things off. I'm not wearing the best clothes for this, but I am just going to run through a tiny little bit of my posing. Stand here and show you how I'm trying to loosen up and move my hips a little bit more. I don't know, Christy, if you watch these videos, but I hope you do. And let me know if any of you have any thoughts or suggestions as to how I can make myself a little more fluid Hope I stay in frame as I turn around to do the back. It'll be much better when I've got a bathing suit on or something a little bit more so that you can see my hips and my swagger. I need a little bit more swagger. Anyways, so this is my starting point. And I'm going to continue to work that every day, at least a half an hour a day. And you guys are going to hold me accountable so you can watch, hopefully, the progression as I get better and better here. Yeah, so that's the posing. Next time I'll throw heels on too because it makes a bit of a difference. My balance and everything. Anyways, so that's been the struggle, getting in the posing. But I've got to make it happen. I can't lose this based on my posing. If I go through all this hard work of the diet and the exercise and it's the posing that kills me, I'll be pretty ticked. So, gonna make it happen. Like I say, gym has been fantastic. Still pushing myself, hitting PRs every week, feeling great. Got some really sore calves actually from, I think it's legit from my dancing. I think it's from the heat, the country heat, all the jumping. So it's given my legs a decent workout. So loving that, and core too, right? Like all this hip action and moving my upper body is really good, been good for my core also. And then my nutrition. Like I say, it's been a bit of a busy, crazy week for work, and I made it work. I'm still sort of doing 2 meals a day that are really close together. 2 to 3 hours after I work out, and then another one, like, just depends. It depends on what my day looks like when I get my ground beef and eggs in, but my eating window is probably, like, it's certainly no more than 3, maybe max 4 hours, but still doing 2 sort of semi-separate meals. And I think I may have to continue with that. As much as I really want it to be consistent, it's just the reality of my life right now that some days I can do 1 meal a day, other days I gotta break it up because of work, but that's okay. And then there's also, like, my job, a lot of it revolves around lunches and dinners, so I can't eat. For example, this week when I was at the hotel, you know, we all went out at the end of the day to do a team building activity, which was wonderful, rode around on a Segway, and then we went for dinner, and I had already consumed all of my food by 12:30. So I sat there and I drank my water and I had a Diet Coke or whatever and had a coffee, and that's it. But it works. I don't feel hungry. I'm totally fine to sit there and watch people eat food and, you know, desserts and appies and all these things, and I'm totally fine. So life is good, feeling good. My macros, so as a reminder from last week, I was consuming 130 grams of fat, 115 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs, total caloric on a daily, 1670. This week, we are again keeping my fat constant. So I'm going to keep it at 130, and then 110, my protein's dropping to 110 grams. So total calories this week per day, 1650. So only dropping by 20 calories again this week, which is great. So to give a bit of perspective there, ground beef is 7 ounces. My egg whites are about, I think every day I'm about 10 ounces of egg whites. I think I'm allowing myself 3 tablespoons of cream, and then my bricks. So that is what I'm consuming on a daily. And my weight, so last Sunday, I was 123.4, and today I'm 122.4. So I've dropped a pound over the week. And it's interesting because when I was in the hotel, my weight significantly dropped. So I think because I was dehydrated, because the hotel is, it's so dry, my weight dropped to 121.4. And now that I'm back home and getting myself, better hydrated and in a bit of a better place, my weight's 122.4. So it's amazing to me, blows my mind, the power of hydration and electrolytes. The slightest change can make a pretty big difference, like a pound. So again, I've talked about this many times before. You can't be that focused on the scale number because it can fluctuate based on over consuming a pickle. I kid you not, one extra pickle, the salt can change your weight pretty drastically. Anyways, that's it for today. 7 weeks to go. Have an amazing week, and I will update you again next Saturday and do a little bit more posing, maybe in something a little bit so you can get a better feel for how the posing is looking. Anyways, take care. Have a fantastic week. Bye for now.